Hi, I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. I'm filming this as the worldwide protests against police brutality and racism in the States are approaching the middle of their third week. One of the many conversations that have sprung up around them is the Black experience in STEM. Obviously, I can't know what that's like. And I'm walking a fine line here because while I can speak in support of Black academics, I can't really speak for them. I'll do my best. I struggled in grad school. I took 3 years to do a 2-year master's degree, and I spent 5 years not getting a PhD. If I hadn't been white, I might have been summarily dropped from the program when I started having problems and told not to come back. Black people are rare in the sciences, due to a number of reasons, all of them racist. In the States, non-white majority public schools are underfunded compared to white ones, which puts those students at an academic disadvantage. That, plus generational poverty which disproportionately affects minorities, means Black kids are less likely to finish high school, and career counselors will actively discourage them from going to university. Neil deGrasse Tyson, who is likely the only Black scientist most people know, describes growing up knowing he wanted to be an astrophysicist and having every authority figure try to talk him out of it. He was asked repeatedly if he'd rather be an athlete, because the idea of a Black kid going into the sciences was so inconceivable to some people. The Black people who do make it through often find themselves press-ganged into every university photo op to show off the school's diversity. I've seen this happen. When I was in grad school, the chemistry department took some publicity photos in my lab. They rounded up the only Black grad student in the entire department and had her pretend to use our glove box. Then they decided the picture looks too empty with only one person there, so they had me pretend to use the glove box next to her, because I was photogenic and there. This is after they told the guy who actually used the box for real science and not publicity that he couldn't be in the photo because he wasn't diverse enough. Usually, diverse in that department meant francophone organic chemist. Black academics have been telling their stories on Twitter using the Black in the Ivory hashtag, and they're worth a read. They describe harassment, slights, discrimination, and well-intentioned stupidity from their white colleagues. I never realized stuff like that went on, mostly because I never talked to any Black academics. They're even rarer in Canada than they are in the States. That student from the photo op was a French citizen from the Caribbean, not from Canada. While they might be rarer, they experienced the same bullshit. Not long ago, my alma mater made the news for an incident in which a campus security officer accosted a Black grad student in her own office because he decided she didn't belong there and made up some story about somebody calling 911. When her professor, also Black, attempted to intervene on her behalf, the officer demanded his ID. This happened in the law faculty rather than science, but that's irrelevant. This should not have happened at all. What's the solution to all this? That's a complicated question with a complicated answer. It's not going to be solved overnight. But a good start is for non-Black academics to stop being dicks. Recognize that Black scholars belong in scholarly spaces and are just as skilled and competent as their colleagues. Actively recruit Black applicants for professor jobs, rather than claiming that nobody applied. Stop chasing Black students away from undergrad. Few enough get to that point as it is. Most importantly, if you see someone else being a dick, yell at them. I know that's hard, especially if that person is a lot higher up the pecking order than you are. But what do I know? I'm just some white kid from Canada. Black people have been screaming answers for years. It's just a matter of listening to them. I'll post links to resources for that in the description. The time to do this was yesterday, but yesterday's gone, so we'll have to do it today. I'm guilty of this myself. It should not have taken me 2.5 weeks to make this video. Thanks for watching. I've been Steve. Black Lives Matter.